there was some drama online about the East versus West stuff. Basically, what Sean's, for context, his post was about saying that people were telling anyone that was going to the IFA that if they go there and compete, they lose their chance to pull for East versus West. They could get banned, so on and so on. I don't know all the details, like if someone was actually like reaching out to specific people or what, but I do think it is stupid that if you go fucking pull that IFA that you can't fucking go pull at an East versus West. That's dumb.
That's silly.
That's just silly.
Yeah. Well, it's just the egos being flexed.
Yeah.
That's what it is. All it's doing, like everybody else says, is it's hurting us. Or
right.
I'm sorry, the people that actually pull.
Right. But that they don't,
like these guys,
the egos don't care about that.
Right.
No, and that's what's
it just hurts the guys that you want to see at your promotion.
Man. Yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck if somebody wants to go over there and pull, go down to Mexico to pull, go over to fucking Ireland to pull. I don't care. Let them fucking pull. I don't understand what the big
one thing is. I don't like though is at least up here in the Northeast. I mean, the guys running that part of it made every damn tournament an East versus West qualifier, which to me kind of like watered it down. It takes the prestige away from a big tournament. I think if you make every single little tournament in the area an East versus West qualifier.
Yeah.
It seemed like to me now, I don't even care about East versus West because I'm like, oh, every fucking tournament was a qualifier. And then last year, if you qualified and you showed up, people that didn't even qualify could just throw $100 towards the promoter and boom, you're in. Hey,
yeah, well, that was the promoter, not the event.
Yeah, that still kind of gave a bad taste to.
Well, of course.
All the guys that qualified were like, dude, I drove 8 hours to qualify, then drove all the way here, and I could have skipped all that and just come here and put $100 and got in.
But, I mean, that's what you get when you have money-hungry promoters, right?
Yeah.
But, because he has a big mouth and he used to be really good, all of a sudden, everybody loves him.
You can't be mad at the people because people know what certain people are about, and they just go anyway and support it, so.
Yep, Captain Obvious.
I feel like next year I'll be asking what's the beef with Steve Pettis. I feel like it's coming.
Captain Obvious asked a pretty good question. I mean, or made a pretty good point. Because everybody can qualify, but it's still up to Engen to put you in the show. So you just being qualified to go to Istanbul does not mean that you're going to Istanbul.
Right.
It's just like being a nominee.
Yeah.
There's only one winner or
some of the guys that did go, from what I'm hearing, were already in the works to go anyway.
And I mean, I think what Engen is doing with these qualifiers now, again, the individual promoters are doing whatever the fuck the individual promoters want to do, but as far as what Engen is doing to help these guys is he's just making sure that he doesn't ever run out of a talent pool. And and that's smart. That's a business model, and that's smart. Mm-hmm. So he's going to make sure that he's always got the hungriest and the best talent pool waiting to go to Istanbul. And it's up to him to pick and choose who he wants to put the matches against. But he's going to have a huge ass talent pool from all of these qualifiers to pick from. It's just smart.
Yeah, it's the best way to find out who the current relevant crop of pullers is.
Exactly.
You could, keep on pulling out the same guys that you had pulled years and years ago, but maybe they're not the best. Maybe it's 100 knobs that you need in there instead of Jeff Hale, for example, because maybe his time is gone. But hopefully,
I got news for you. I think 100 knobs right now would give Jeff Hale all he can handle. I'm serious. 100 knobs is built different, dude.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah. This guy. I mean, I don't know how close you follow him. Obviously, we follow him pretty close. He's in South Carolina. We're in North Carolina, so we follow him pretty damn close. This dude literally goes to East versus West qualifiers, dominates his class and says, "Fuck it, I'll jump into the 230-pound class," and dominates that fucking class too. Yeah. I mean, he's just built different, man.
Dude, speaking of how bad he is, how good did that Alex kid do from Canada?
That's a bad dude,
Yeah, he looks
he's
strong.
only like, what, 19, 18? He just graduated like last year.
He's a Georgian.
If you hit him on if you hit him on like 23andMe, he's like 98% Georgian.
He's got Saginashvili somewhere in his bloodline.
Dude, all the Georgians are strong as hell, man.
So when is the match versus him and Tim Lewis coming on? Left hand match. That actually kind of makes sense.
Yep.
It does, actually.
That's the
That might
next.
be actually a good match.
That's the next move for him to hit the guy who guards the elite lefties.
Edwards Arm Wrestling brings up another good point. So two 154-pound pullers dominated the 176-pound round robin. That's something to be said about the 176-pound class, right? I mean, 254-pounders, Cody Wood down in Georgia and Hunter Knopfs in South Carolina, both of them 154-pound pullers, absolutely destroyed the 176-pound elite in the country.
Definitely looking forward to see where that leads.